Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, sometime in early April, and April brought showers with it today. I thought today was going to be a nice day. I dressed for it to be a nice day. I had this on all morning, super excited to go in a tank, and then went to bring Harper to school and was ridiculously underdressed, and came back and threw what appears to be a sweater on, but this is really basically made of paper, so it didn't keep me any warmer. But yeah, it's gross out. I wasn't expecting it. Hold on, there we go. We are up and running. But it's still it's you know, it's New York City. It doesn't slow down for anybody or anything. So, How are you, Connor?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel great. I'm not as tired as I have been the past couple days.
That's so funny. I am tired.
You are?
Yeah.
Didn't get much sleep?
I woke up at 3:45 and I felt like I have some work to do, this project that I'm working on.
Yeah.
And I felt like this would be a good time to do it. I could work from 4 to 5 and then the kids wake up at 5. And then I was like, or I could just stay in bed and try to get a little bit of sleep so I'm not tired later. But if I get up, I'll feel so accomplished that I got all this stuff done. But I'll be exhausted by like 3 o'clock and I have to work out today at like 3:15. But I can get through it because I'll know I already did all my work and I won't have to do it tonight. But I'll be tired for the show. And by the time I was done with my inner monologue, guess what time it was? 5:15.
Yeah, and you can't get back to sleep after all that thinking, right?
No, so I got nothing done. I didn't sleep or get anything accomplished. So now I'm tired and I got nothing done. I'm the worst.
That's tough.
That's tough. God, I'm the worst. Anyway, I didn't get that done. I'm a little bit tired. I really wanted to stop for coffee, but it was 10:30. I was waiting for the refrigerator guy to come. He gave us a window of 9 to 1. What kind of window is that?
Yeah.
So finally by 10:30, I thought you were gonna like lose your you-know-what. So I like bolted out of there, and I'm praying that there's a little lapse between when I left and when the nanny came home. Obviously, I'm sure that's when the refrigerator guy came, but a 4-hour window. No, it was like a 7-hour window. It was crazy. And so that's why I got here late. I didn't get a chance to get coffee. So I'm going to make some coffee at our next break, or maybe you guys will come with me to go get some coffee at some point. So I do need it. Although, I love when people tell me, you don't need coffee. Water will do the exact same thing as coffee. You just drink it. I want to be like, okay, so take the water, you give me your coffee. How about we play it that way? So I'm sitting here drinking water. Meanwhile, look how far I got.
That's about me too.
That much.
Yeah. Kayla McFarland says, I love your top, Jenna. Where'd you get it?
Who said that?
Kayla McFarland.
Oh, thank you. It's this. But I don't know. My friend Marnie got it me for a present. I'm actually warm. It's going to be coming off in about 30 seconds. Probably 25. But thank you very much. I appreciate that. Who said that? Jonathan said, we all love your show. Someone spoke to me last night and they asked me a question. They said, are you still so excited about the show? Like, do you love the show? And I said, of course, love the show. I'm as excited about the show now as I was ever. It's an amazing platform. It's a really cool, creative, interesting idea that we came up with. No one else is really doing it, which is a live daily show across multiple platforms, live streaming every single day, where we have guests and we have talk shows and this and that. It's just a shame that you can't really do every single thing you want. When I worked for a big organization, I didn't really have to make all the decisions, but then you kind of work for yourself and you're like, oh, we need this, we need that, you can't really do everything.
Yeah.
So instead, Connor and I will just hold down the fort, and Lance will go out and make the show beaucoup bucks, so we'll stay on forever, and then we can get all those things in that we want, and then everything will be amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, what?
Tony Kendall says the Jenna Wolf Show deserves an award for the best daytime social media program.
Ah, I know. Oh, thank you, Tony. I appreciate that very much. Kathy K says, I saw you were up very early responding to my email. I think I responded to her at 4 a.m. I apologize if that beeped or something. I didn't mean to, Kathy. But I wanted to say thank you very much. Sometimes people email me and they share things with me, which is really sweet and really honest. and really hard for people to open up about what's going on in their lives. And I want them to know that I wanted Kathy to know I really appreciated her doing that, and people like Lisa Dover and Randy and Sherry, like you guys have been super open with me, and I hope I've been equally as honest and open with you. Whew, it's all good, says Kathy. Kathy always has to say, this is Kathy. Now I'm good. I got it. I missed you on NBC. You did a great job. Loved your reporting. Thank you, Koosh. I appreciate that. NBC was fun, but Randy said sent you an email this morning about doing my workout. I didn't get that email, Randy. That one I didn't get. Unless you sent it to the General Show. But I assume you sent it to me. Welcome, SMT 3593 rolls right off the tongue. So I was thinking, Connor.
Yes.
Unless there's someone else.
Tony says it deserves it since it's the only daytime social media program.
It is, but soon it won't be.
Soon it won't be, yeah. And Dawn Myers says, I look forward to this show every day. Now I need to work out.
Yeah, you need to work out. Sherry says, hello, Jen and Connor. Everyone say hi to Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
I was thinking about, Koosh says, how's life as a busy mom? It is ridiculously busy. It just doesn't stop. Like the mornings alone, Connor, you can't even know. Well, Steph's out of town. So the morning is literally a scene out of the Tasmanian Devil cartoons. That's what it is.
Right, yeah.
That's what goes on in the morning in my house. It starts at 5. We walk out the door at 8 to go to school, and between 5 and 8, alone, to get myself dressed and showered, hair blow dried, eat breakfast, kids change, diapers change, bottles, breakfast, pack bags, pack school bags, pack lunches, have them entertained, do the kitchen, and be able to walk out of the house at 8 o'clock is hilarious. I really want to GoPro the morning one day. I think you would get such a kick out of it. McKay says she has an adorable daughter. Is that me?
Yes.
What an awesome experience. Kids are God's greatest gift. Yeah, so I was waiting at home, as I was explaining to Connor earlier, waiting for the refrigerator guy to come that he still hasn't. And Quinny, the little one, the 2-year-old, came home from a class. And, oh, Sherry, thank you. Hope my brushes don't dry. They won't, Sherry. So I was waiting for the 2-year-old to come home from a class, and she came home from a class, and she was in the stroller, and I picked her up out of the stroller, and I held her, and she puts her forehead against mine, and I said, Quinny, were you a good girl in class? 2 years old. And she goes, I good girl, mama. I good girl. She nearly died. And then I said, I love you, Quinny. And she said, I love you very much. And that was it. And like, if it's possible for your heart to melt, can an organ melt? My heart literally melted.
Yeah.
It melted. It made everything okay. It made the last 3 hours 100% amazing. So, so sweet. Yes. Sherry and Koosh. It was adorable and it was sweet. I loved it. And of course, at first I was a little upset that I didn't get a chance to work out this morning. Now I got to work out later. But you know what? It was all okay.
Got a couple questions. Dawn Meyer says, is it okay to only work out 5 days a week?
Yeah. I would love it if you could work out 5 days a week. I'd like to work out 5 days a week.
And she says, do you miss the Today Show? Do you like Matt Lauer?
I do miss the Today Show, and I do like Matt Lauer.
Tony Kendall says, do you get a paycheck for doing this show?
Not yet. Do you, Connor?
Not yet.
Okay, well, if you did and I didn't, we were going to have a conversation. But hopefully soon, so that I can continue to do the show. If we don't continue to do the show, how long do you work out each time? You know, anywhere between 45 and 60 minutes, Randy, is how long I work out each day. Each time.
And McKay asked who the chef was that we had on the show a couple of days ago, or...
Aviva or Joanne?
I'm not sure which one she was.
Well, we had 2 chefs. We had Aviva, who came on and made the butternut squash soup, and then we had Joanne, who made the shrimp tacos. Or did we make shrimp tacos?
We made shrimp tacos.
That's right.
Oh, she said Aviva.
Aviva, yeah. Aviva's awesome. So is Joanne.
We made this soup.
You exercise 7 days a week, or is it good steak? I don't exercise 7 days a week. I exercise at most 6, and I try at least 4. Cauliflower rice, yes. What's her site? Go Heels. Aviva's site is, if the show stops, we can still follow you. You will, Sherry. I know who you guys are. You guys are my friends forever. We're going to call Aviva real quick. Let's see if she answers.
Allie Beck says hi.
Hi, Allie.
Amber Brandis says, good morning, guys. Getting ready to head to New York. Robin Brozak says, if you don't mind... Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't continue to do the show, what will I do with the extra 4 hours of my day at work?
Come on, at work.
Yeah.
I want to get in touch. I
She
can't
ignore
believe
it?
she's ignoring my call.
Call her again.
Yeah, let's call you. No, she's probably in something.
Something important.
Whatever.
Dawn Meyer says, you guys are the best. I will pay you.
Thanks, Dawn.
And Tony says, I motion you both should get a triple raise since you currently don't get a paycheck for doing
Lance
this.
is the only one getting a paycheck. Hey Aviva, comma, I'm doing the show now and you conveniently ignored my call, period. People have been asking about your website on the show. They want to get in touch with you. So I wasn't sure what it was, and I thought you would share it with everyone live on the show, but since you sent me the voicemail, it appears as if you were just going to text it to me, and I will read it to everyone, period. Hope you're doing well, period. We miss you, period. Come back, period. Should I give her an XO?
Dawn Myers says, sure. Dawn Myers says, I usually work out 6 days. It cut back to 5. My body feels better, more rest.
So the deal is to listen to your body, that your body knows almost better than you do what your body needs. Connor and I both took a rest day yesterday and it felt good.
Felt great. Today's
You're welcome,
gonna be
McKay.
tough. Alright.
Good. So the other day I was sitting on the couch and I was talking to Steph and thanks, Joe. I know, Randy. I do the same thing. I was talking to Steph and Steph said she's doing a whole series on the opioid problem in the U.S. and how awful it is, and it's not just in like underprivileged areas, like it's in high-end societies, in like nice, wealthy communities where you would never think there would be like terrible heroin problems, and there are, and kids are dying and people are dying, and she's speaking to these she's speaking to people who have lost like teenage kids because, or moms, or horrible stories she has about how bad it is. Anyway, that happened, and then we were talking about the famine overseas in Africa and how usually we're a country that is the first to stand up and say, we're going to help you, we're going to try to help you, we're going to put together some sort of aid package, and we've sort of been ignoring it as a media, that we haven't really been covering it. Then there's everything going on with North Korea right now, then there's everything going on with our politics. And she stopped and she's like, is this the worst our country has ever, is this the worst I've ever lived through, the worst time I've ever lived through? I mean, I think it is, like between the famine and what's going, and the dangers of the threat of North Korea, and our political situation here, and Donald Trump is the president, and what is this the worst it's ever been? And I thought to myself, is it? Like, is this the worst it's ever been for us in our generation, like going through what's happening in the world? And then I, of course, what I always do is I took it and I have sort of brought it back down to a little bit more of a tangible thought process, and said to myself, well, the only good thing for me when that comes out of a bad situation is that eventually it has to become a good situation, right? Bad situations don't stay bad forever, and good situations don't stay great forever. That's our life system of checks and balances. You take some good and you take some bad and you mix it up and you have life, and that's just what it is. So when I'm having a particularly crappy day, there is a silver lining, albeit a really thin, small one, and it's just that the day's going to end, tomorrow's going to start, or this situation's going to end, and it's going to have to get better. It just has to. So I almost wonder whether it's not a good thing, but a productive thing for the country and for society to go through not a black period, but a darker period, that eventually we're going to come out of this and we're going to learn from our mistakes, and we'll be stronger on the other end. Now, I don't know how that applies to what's going on in North Korea, or what Donald Trump is dealing with in office, or, the famine situation in the Sudan, or the Syrian refugees, or Golden State, Cleveland losing 2 games in a row. Like, things are pretty bad out there. This is like a tough situation that we're all in right now. And I just wonder if anyone else feels that that you agree, and that maybe as bad as it is, a few years from now we'll look back and we'll say, 5 years ago it was really bad. We were dealing with this crisis and that crisis and this crisis, and then like the markets turned around and this happened and that happened. So Stephanie's other point was that whereas in years past the media would be spending so much time focusing on North Korea or the famine or Syrian refugees every night on the news, instead nobody wants to miss out on anything political, so we focus once again on all things political, and this is sort of this routine and this cycle that we've gone through, and it just bummed her out. Now, I needed someone to say that because I know what 0 divided by 0 is. So what's happening in my house?
What?
The president of the New York Post, friends of ours, Jesse and Angela, they've been trying forever to have a baby. They just had a baby. They invited me to Steph over to their house for a night of balderdash and dinner. We off?
Yeah.
Their house is.
What?